Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high, cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys all doing well out there. Hope this show finds you in good spirits, as it should. As it should. You want to know why? Because another day above the dirt is a blessing. Let's not forget that, okay? We got some things we got to talk about. There's some breaking news, or it was breaking overnight. I didn't get a chance to cover this with you guys because I was asleep when this whole thing went down. But now we got some new developing updates and some new details revolving around this. And this is absolutely crazy, guys. Like I've been saying for a long time, when are we going to stop grabbing weapons and you know, pulling the trigger and asking questions later? You know, there's got to be a better way of doing this. But now this is something that I feared. This is exactly what I feared, guys. I've been saying this for a minute now. Okay. I've been saying this for a while now. I've been scared that, man, we're going to get into another situation where it's going to double in size, that it's going to be a group of people. It's going to be more than just one assailant, more than just one monster. Okay? This is ridiculous. But we got to talk about this. And I cannot believe this is even a real thing. Anyway, we got to get into this. And of course, you know, I think that we all have the same questions, like, is this an isolated incident? Was it a group of people? Was this gang related? Was it, you know, there's so many different things. Okay? So many different questions that we have. But at the same time, they're saying multiple assailants. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. So please do me a favor, okay? I'm live on a bunch of different platforms. So to talk about this and break this news to you guys, because I know some of you guys don't even know about this. Some of y'all getting the sleep out your eyes and you're like, wait, this just actually happened? Yes, it happened overnight. We are going to get down to the nitty gritty on all of this. So please do me a favor, okay? Let me get into this. Hit that like button down below, please, and thank you. If you're watching on other platforms like the TikTok, please show some love. That'd be greatly appreciated. There's going to be a lot of stuff for you guys to consume here, so show some love. That'd be greatly appreciated. Don't forget, if you are watching on all these platforms here, don't forget to hit that follow button. Follow here, okay? I'm going live a lot on the TikTok now, too. So, you know, if you just want to get some information, get some news, you can get it right here, okay? But hit that subscribe button on my main channel here. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips on YouTube. Please do me a favor. Crush that subscribe button over there. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of pop-ups, a lot of single cases or single articles, single subject stories on that platform, where it's going to be a little bit shorter, a lot shorter than these shows here, where I go live on this main channel, okay? Or longer formatted content will be on this channel. You see what I'm saying? So please go to my secondary channel. Crush that subscribe button, please, and thank you. It's called The Pascal Show Clips, okay? Hit that join button down below. Become a member. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/The Pascal Show. Go check it out. Become a patron. I saw a couple of you guys became patrons just a couple days ago, and over the past couple days, and I do appreciate it. And of course, go check out pascalmerch.com. We got some really great t-shirts, hoodies, etc. Check this out, all right? We got some Halloween-centric graphic tees and all that over there, and they are affordable as all get out. So go check those out, please, and thank you. Okay, let's get into this, guys. All right, we got some things we got to talk about, and we don't have a whole lot of time to talk about it, okay? Because there's not only this case, there's so many other cases that we do need to talk about throughout the day or throughout the next couple days, okay? Things have been popping off like crazy, just to be completely straight funky. And we have been seeing nothing but one mass tragedy after another, after another, after another, and the saga continues to keep on rolling. And these are the worst type of hits. That phrase, and the hits just keep on coming. Yeah, these are the worst kind of hits you can think of. Think of all the songs that you hate more than anything in the world, right? And then that being played on a loop, all those songs. That's what it feels like it's been since the mass tragedy that happened at Appalachian High School. Since the Appalachian High School situation, it seems like there's just been a theme that's just been going on for the last few weeks now. I mean, right after that situation with the Appalachian High School, there was another attempt. There were several threats. There were many people that were also hit by weapons, etc. Single types of incidents, but they still happen on school grounds. In fact, there was a school poking, two of them, if I'm correct, over the past couple weeks, all on school grounds. Now we have this kind of situation. We have a situation where multiple people have been injured. They say up to 4 people have lost their lives due to another mass tragedy. But here's the kicker. Here's the part that really just, like I say, burns my cookies, because I try to keep this show as PG-13 as I can. And trust me, I got a lot of other words I would want to say right now, but I know that there's kids in the room. It's Sunday. You guys are still getting your brunch. Okay, some of y'all sipping your mimosas with your kids and all that stuff. You're drinking it, not your kids, but you know what I'm saying, okay? Enjoying your brunch, enjoying some time. But at the same time, this really burns my cookies, because the one thing I was really concerned about was that there's going to be something like this, that it wasn't going to just be one assailant, this was going to be multiple, that it would turn into more than one. It would be 2 or 3, or maybe more than that. And now we're starting to understand that in this particular situation, this has multiple monsters, that attacked a cigar lounge, for crying out loud, in Birmingham, Alabama. Like I said, now they're saying injuring 18 people, unaliving 4. And guess what? Here's the part that makes me even more angry. These multiple monsters, these multiple assailants, they're out on the lam right now, y'all. Ain't nobody know where they are. There's a manhunt looking for these individuals that opened fire on a group of innocent people. See, like I said, this was the thing I was afraid of. This was absolutely the thing I was afraid of. Was there going to be a situation where these crazy individuals think, let's just augment it a little bit. Yeah, let's just take it up a notch. Why don't we all do this together? Now, again, we don't know. As far as I know so far, I don't know if this is something that's like, if this is street related, if this is gang related. I don't know any of those things yet. Okay. I don't think they know either. But it's not fair. I don't think it's fair to say, oh, it's just gang related, when you have 18 people injured, 4 unalived, because multiple people opened fire on a group of people at a lounge where they're just hanging out, chilling, sipping some libations, and smoking some really nicely rolled cigars. It's absolutely insane to me, guys. And I can't believe that this is even real. So let's get into this, shall we? Let's take a look at this article here, and then we will continue on with more stuff. So they're saying, okay, they say, we believe that multiple assailants pulled the trigger, multiple shots on a group of people. Again, we don't know how connected what this is, if this is just regular people hanging out, or if this is street related, if this is gang related, or anything like that, or if it's just a bunch of monsters that just wanted to cause a whole lot of problems for everybody. I do not know. But we're going to find out hopefully here soon. because I hope that these monsters get locked up and caught very, very soon. So a manhunt has been launched for multiple, I got to use these code words, guys, okay? So just rock with me, okay? But multiple assailants, multiple monsters who unalived 4 and injured 18 more when they opened fire upon a large group of people. Now, and this was in Birmingham, Alabama. So police chief Thurman said the multiple people pulled in a vehicle, got out and opened fire before getting back inside the vehicle to flee the scene. Multiple people pulled up to the scene, got out of a ride, pulled the trigger, got back inside the vehicle, and then drove off. A total of 21 people were hit, including 4 people that were injured. Okay? Now, the chief of police did not release, the identities of any suspects, but the chief said a preliminary investigation led police to believe that these monsters were targeting one person. They were targeting one freaking person, y'all. Okay? Let's be real. One person. They hopped out of the vehicle and they hit 21 people, unaliving 4, targeting one person. All they were there to do was target one person. Now, I'm going to say this too. If these assailants were dumb enough to drive their own car to the scene of the crime and then do this crime, where are the cameras? Where's the footage? Where's the proof of said act, right? Because you know for a fact, I would hope that the cigar lounge has its own cameras, has its own set of cameras. You would hope that any of these things, right, would be maybe stores from across the street, down the street, so on and so forth, right? But again, it's absolutely crazy to me that this actually happened. Remember, let me just say this again. They were targeting one person, allegedly. One person they were trying to target. One. And then what happened? 21 people were hit. Insane. And again, these individuals are still out on the lam. They still out here in these crazy streets right now. Police have not found them yet, which is even crazier to me. So we believe this was a hit, if you will, on that particular person as far as someone willing to pay money to have that person unalived. That individual, who has not been identified by police, was among those unalived in this actual targeted incident, this tragedy. So the chief added that investigators believe the monsters may have used a fully automatic weapon, which is illegal, by the way, guys. The chief also urged anyone with information to come forward, assuring the public they can offer tips anonymously. Photo and video posted on social media following this tragedy showed at least 2 individuals apparently injured on the outside, on the ground outside, as well as some people's emotional yelling as they awaited for medics. At least 4 of the wounded have quote unquote life-threatening injuries. The Birmingham Police Department officer Fitzgerald told a news conference hours after this incident, which he said occurred in one of the city's most popular entertainment districts. So now we can't even go and smoke cigars safely anymore. Now we can't even have a libation, have some, celebrate with our friends, relax a little bit. There's some people that were there to celebrate things, I'm sure, little victories in their at work, or hey, it's a date night for the for the mom and dad that haven't been out of the house in a couple months, any of those types of things. Friends just meeting up and just chopping it up. A first date happening. Like, just imagine the slew of different things and different stories and different lifelines that all went there, that had their lives either taken or are hanging at a balance right now, all because they went to a cigar lounge to have a few drinks, to hang out with friends, loved ones, whatever, to celebrate, to just relax a little bit, only to see the end of an automatic weapon in the hands of multiple people trying to take out one individual, only to take out 4 and honestly take out 21 in total. And again, they're saying at least 4 have life-threatening injuries. What the hell is going on with our world, y'all? What is going on? Sometimes I feel like we while we were all asleep, we went into the vortex into a whole other dimension. And in this dimension, everybody's just super angry. Everybody is just pulling up the weapons and doing the pew pew and not even thinking about things. Forget that life is precious. That life is priceless. Let's forget all that. Forget all that noise. Now we're just in a new weird world. Like, we just went into the sun and came out the other side of the sun in a completely different dimension, where the world has just gone knuckin' futs. What's going on here? What's going on? Again, one person was the target. Let me just say this. I'm not trying to diminish the one person's life that was targeted. That's terrible. Like I said, don't pick up the pew pew. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Life is a lot better with all these people in it, okay? But instead, the fact that they didn't even, do you understand? Like, they didn't even bother to try to go at, they just sprayed a whole bunch of bullets everywhere. Do you understand how insane that is? Do you realize how insane that is? That's insane. They didn't give a damn. And for those of y'all who are wondering where this all went down, this happened in Birmingham, Alabama. Okay? This whole thing went down in Birmingham, Alabama late last night. And just a recap for everybody who's getting late to the party, for those of y'all late to the party, a group of men or a group of people pulled up in a car, hopped out of the cars. They were outside. They pulled up outside of this cigar lounge. They hopped out of the car, multiple of them. A group of them. It wasn't just one person running up and doing its thing, right? It's multiple men. Well, multiple people. Let's just be safe. You never know. Hopped out of the ride. They were after one person and one person only. But they opened fire on a group of people, hitting 21 people. And within that, 4 people lost their lives. So 18 people were injured. And 4 people actually lost their lives. And they say at least 4 other people are wounded with life-threatening injuries right now, out of the 18 that were injured. So those 4 may not even make it. This is crazy. But again, we're now at a place where this is just a tale as old as time. We hear about these things consistently, right? We hear about these things consistently. Let's hear a little bit more information about this. So they say Fitzgerald said officers arrived on the scene shortly after 11 p.m. on Saturday when, quote unquote, they observed 2 adult males and 1 adult female who was unresponsive on the sidewalk suffering from a GSW. Medics pronounced them unalive at the scene. He said, you got to use these code words, adding that the 4th victim was pronounced unalive at the nearby UAB hospital. The hospital said it treated a total of 12 people. There's no one in custody, as he said. Let me repeat that again. Like I said, there's a massive manhunt for the multiple people that caused this whole massive tragedy. They do not have anybody detained. No one's been arrested so far, at least right now that I know of, unless there's going to be a new update that happens while we're watching some news clips and all that stuff. But that's it, y'all. We don't know not a damn thing. These individuals are gone. But I want to know, what kind of make of the car is it? Were there license plates on it? Yes, if they were dumb and didn't steal that ride, I'd want to know if the person who drove the car may be the one who owns the car. And then you track that car back, and then boom, you catch the mother-loving assailant, right? But this, I don't think they would be that stupid. So they said, rest assured, we're doing everything we can possibly can to make sure that we have that we recover, or that we uncover, identify, and hunt down who was ever responsible for preying on our people. And that's what he said. So he urged businesses with security cameras in the area to check their footage and provide anything relevant to investigators. The department said it was working with the FBI and ATF on the investigation. This is the second mass tragedy in the city this year. In July, 4 people lost their lives at a nightclub. And I think we covered that one. I think. But Birmingham Mayor Woodfin made an impassioned plea for change, saying the city saw a steep decline in pew-pew violence following a ban on these types of weapons in 1994. But Woodfin added that violent crime saw an uptick following the ban's expiration 10 years later. And I mean, let's be real. If he's been doing the math and he's seen the math be mathing, I mean, if it worked back then, why not try it again? At this point, try anything. Throw a whole bunch of crap on the wall and see what sticks at this point. So since the ban was lifted, the style of weapons used in these types of crimes has changed to create an increased scale of firearm homicides. This is what the mayor is even saying. Okay? He says, do not tell me this is not solvable. At the same time, do not tell me this is only on the police to solve. This is what the mayor said. Elected officials, locally, statewide, and nationally, have a duty to solve this American crisis, this American epidemic of gun violence. And I have to sit here and say, I second that emotion. Okay? I second that emotion. Because let's be real. We're now at a place where all of our kids, all of ourselves, everybody that we know, we're not trying to find trouble. Trouble is finding us now. It's a different situation where you're going like, you go, hey, so I'm gonna take a left on MLK, and they're like, no, don't turn on MLK. If you turn on MLK, you in trouble. Don't go that way. Take Morgan Fort. Take a ride on that one. No, don't do MLK. Okay? You even do Malcolm X, but don't go MLK right now. You don't want to get in trouble. Back in the day, you'd have to drive into a bad area. Nowadays, trouble finds you. Violence finds you nowadays. It's not like that anymore. It's like, oh yeah, this ain't Compton. You know what I'm saying? No, Compton everywhere now. Violence is everywhere. So to me, I sit and look at this and I go, okay, maybe this is the reason. Or like, let's do a little bit of math. Okay, if there was a ban on these things and there was a downward, like and crime went down, violent crimes involving these type of weapons went down. Yeah, let's do the math real quick. At the end of the day, for me, it's like I want to live as long as I bloody possibly can because life is dope as hell. I don't know about you. I know it's stressful as all get out. I know everybody feels some type of way about things. We're all trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents. Everybody's got opinions. You know, the pen is blue, the pen is black, the pen is red, the pen is blue. I get it. Those are little tiny, like trivial BS things, but breathing, having your heart pump in your chest, getting to see your loved ones grow up, seeing your kids grow up, finding love, receiving love, giving love, love, okay? Smiling, laughing, enjoying life is dope as hell. Life is too damn good. And I want to ride this bad boy till the whole wheel and the axle and the damn bottom of the car, the train, whatever you want to call it, falls off this mother lover. Okay? I'll be fighting to the last breath that I can have, that I can muster because life is so dope. Okay? But when you got situations like this happening every damn day, this makes me angry because I get scared about the future of our kids. And yeah, I know this is, I'm not going to sit there and go treat them well and let them lead the way. Screw all that. Scratch all that. I'm talking about the kids who don't even get an opportunity to see the full potential of their own damn life. What about these youngins? Even these young cats that are going to that particular cigar lounge. Futures completely obliterated because they wanted to go and have a cigar and have a little drink with their friends for various reasons. And now we've just lost. That we just lost a whole bunch of lives. Or we have traumatized an incredible amount of people. And it's not only just this situation. It's not only just this cigar lounge incident. It's these high schools. It's these mass tragedies that are happening everywhere. And now we got one of these doggone things. Shoot, I was at an event the other day. I'm not kidding. I was at an event the other day. And I literally could not fully enjoy the experience because in the back of my mind, I kept thinking maybe there's some guy just losing his mind, just about to run in here and destroy a really beautiful night for a lot of beautiful people, a lot of beautiful families, etc. Somebody going to run in here. That's in the back of my own head now. I mean, I report a lot of these things, so of course it's going to be in the back of my mind. But I feel like that's something that I think a lot of us have now as well. We have this in the back of our minds, so we can't even fully enjoy going we're walking into the holiday season right now. Like it's not like we can go and go apple picking for apples or something like that. You know what I mean? Like because you're just thinking some just absolute monsters just going to come in here and ruin the day. And try to hurt me and mines. So I don't know, guys. It's just insane to me that allegedly this was supposed to be. Doesn't matter if it was targeted or not. It's just the fact that you have a group of people coming out with automatics. Not automatics, y'all. And opening fire. A group of people. We're back at, like I said, life is so dope, y'all. Life is so precious. And I don't understand why we live in a world where people actually believe that life is expendable. I get it. We all have our disagreements. Shoot. Have you? The political climate is divisive as all get out. People are losing their doggone minds. Everybody's insane. Let's be real. Everybody's a little insane. But at the same time, a lot of us have good heads on our shoulders. That's what I think. I think a lot of us have a good conscience. A lot of us know, okay, thou shalt not fill in the blank, right? One of the major ones, don't unalive each other, love each other. Now, I know I'm not trying to Bible thump, okay? I mean, I understand I got the crucifix on and all that. Don't let that fool you. I'm not here to try to be like, the Lord, I said, mopping my brow, the Lord, I'm just saying the Lord is good. The Lord is great. I'm not trying to do that. Trust me, I'm not. Not trying to throw the Bible in your face. I'm just saying one of the cardinal rules that we all grew up, everybody can agree with. Doesn't matter what you believe in. If you're agnostic, if you're atheist, if you're Catholic, if you're Jewish, Muslim, Lutheran, Methodist, it don't matter. We all agree that unaliving's bad. Why do you think all these people who unalive people get thrown in jail? Because it's illegal and it's wrong, right? So why is it that we are not understanding that the other side of the world? We as a family, we're talking here. You guys are smart. Y'all are brilliant up here too. You're brilliant too. I'm just saying, just using words, different words, okay, to describe how smart you both are. But you guys are all smart as hell, and you guys know that unaliving somebody's bad, and that you wouldn't just go and grab a pew pew and just go bang 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 because that person just made you get all up in your fees. Real talk. You're not gonna do that because you know better. Because it's common sense. Don't do that. Thou shalt not fill in the blank. If he gets in your fees, shake it off like Taylor Swift. Move on. Take it out on a punching bag. Shoot, man, if you really have to tussle with the dude or the person, all right, use these. That's it. Then after that, you guys are having a beer, going, that was one hell of a tussle. You know what I mean? And then that's it. You move on. And if it's not resolved after that, hey, don't be in the same room at the same time with that mother lover. And keep it moving, yo. Because life is way too precious. Way too precious. Some people watch way too many gangster movies. That's what it is too. Oh, yeah, he made me get me all up in my fees. So I'm going to make sure he don't ever make me feel like that again. Come on, man. Really? Really? And if it's a money thing, man, money comes and goes. It's energy. Money comes and goes. Some days, sometimes you are on top of the world making that money you're making that crazy money. And sometimes you in the red. It happens. And then the money comes back. As long as you keep working, keep it moving, baby. Because at the end of the day, if you take that person's life and then you get caught, you end up spending the rest of your life in prison. Ain't nothing changing from that. So whatever you're trying to do is temporary. You're just trying to feel satisfied temporarily. But then the rest of your life, you're going like this, looking over your shoulder. As soon as you hear a police siren, whoop, whoop. Oh, okay, that was over there. Okay, somebody was trying to rob that 7-Eleven over there. Okay, it's not for me. It's not for me. It's not for me. What are you going to do? The entire time live your life on the run? The hell is wrong with you? Wake up. Life is precious. Life is dope. Life is amazing. And it should be cherished. I know it's not easy to do that every single day, but man, is life so dope. My God, life is dope. But that's sad because now we got another situation once again where people are doing stupid things because they are getting in their feelings. Or as I say, fees. So let's take a look at this. We got more. All right. But these individuals that opened fire on this group of people, of innocent people, okay, now on the run. Let's see what we got here. We got a couple videos to take a look at. And it, just a heads up for those of y'all who are watching on the TikTok, the sound is not going to come through here. So it's over here on my YouTube channel. So hop over here if you want to watch that, or wait for my recap, which will happen in the next minute.
Multiple gunmen believed to be on the run after a mass shooting on the south side. Here's how it looked moments after those shots were fired in 5 Points South around 11 o'clock last night. You can see dozens of police and emergency crews responding to the scene. Here's what we know so far. 4 people are dead, 4 people with life-threatening injuries, and dozens of people have been shot, and that's all according to Birmingham police. Investigators tell us multiple shooters fired on people in the open on Magnolia Avenue. The FBI and the ATF also joining the investigation. No arrests have been made. Now, the deadly mass shooting taking place in the heart of 5 Points South. We're told it happened on Magnolia Avenue near 20th Street. And we have live local late-breaking team coverage for you this morning. WVTM 13's Zoe Blair, she's been on the scene all night speaking to.
So we're going to get into this, but I got to break it up a little bit because, you know, the copyright reasons and all that. And somebody just asked on TikTok, what's the channel? It's called The Pascal Show. So go check it out. Okay. And I know I got a bunch of super chats. I'm going to look at those here in a second. I swear to God, but please guys, do me a favor, hit that like button down below, crush that reaction button. I got some roses here up at the top. If you could show some love on the TikTok and share, I don't know, hit some roses things, that would really mean a lot. Okay, but hit that like button down below and all that stuff. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that follow button, please and thank you. Okay guys, but let's get into this. All right, hold on. Oh, okay, I'll take a look. If she sent an email, I'll take a look for sure. Just give me a minute. Let's hear what they got to say, because they were obviously there, boots on the ground, covering this whole ridiculous, unbelievable tragedy.
Witnesses. Now she's at UAB Hospital. WVTM 13's Emma Owen will lead us off. Emma, what have you learned from police this morning?
Well, Jarvis, police say that of the dozens of people who were shot here last night, they were on the streets and on the sidewalks here in 5 Points South. And just to give you some context here, this is a very popular entertainment district here in Birmingham. So typically on a weekend, it would be very crowded. And it was last night when those shots rang out. Now, again, 4 people are dead. 4 others are fighting for their lives. Officer Truman Fitzgerald says they're working hard to find the people who are responsible. They're also trying to find out if the suspects ran up or fired shots from a car. Additionally, whether or not Glock switches were used. Fitzgerald says they're working with multiple agencies to get these answers.
Rest assured, we are going to do everything we possibly can to make sure that we uncover, identify, and hunt down who was ever responsible for preying on our people this morning.
Now, Fitzgerald is pleading with community members to come forward with information, anybody who may have witnessed what happened last night. They're also asking local businesses here in the 5 Points South area, any business owners who may have captured what happened last night on their surveillance footage. They're asking them to come forward with information as well. You can call police with that information or Crime Stoppers if you prefer to remain anonymous. Live in Birmingham, Emma Owen.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to there's going to be a lot of people that are going to, I'm sure, step forward and speak on what they saw and what they didn't see and all that. Of course, I do have an email here, and I'm hoping that maybe this individual will want to come on to the show and maybe talk to us and just kind of give us a breakdown of what she saw. But let me just read this email really quick. And of course, I'm omitting her name unless she is okay with me saying her name. Okay. But and I just reached back to her to see if she could come on and talk, because I'd love to hear that perspective. So she said, I was down in the entertainment district last night when this happened. Wanted to let you know the monsters are still at large, which we already know. There are 4 unalive, 8 in critical or 8 are critically injured, and also 12 injured Okay. But not critically. This is our entertainment district. Me and my daughter were down there walking around fixing to leave or about to leave when these actual monsters came in and started blasting. I'm paraphrasing here, okay? This is not literally what she said in the email. I got to use these code words as much as I can, okay? She says, I bent over my daughter to protect her. This is very sad. Just wanted to give you my experience. So I just sent out an email back to her seeing if she could come on and talk if she feels fit to talk. So hopefully she'll respond back and let me know. Okay. But we'll see what happens. All right. But again, you know, I know that there's a lot of people that are eyewitnesses to this whole situation, that saw what happened, that didn't see what happened, or not didn't see what happened, but saw what happened, maybe saw a glimpse of it, saw a moment, that maybe have some information. Maybe they saw the make, the color, and the type of ride. Because again, these assailants could have been dumb enough to drive their own doggone car. Let's be real. But I know that if this was premeditated, which it clearly was, if this was literally a targeted attack, they would most likely go steal a car and use that car as their getaway car, right? So maybe that could be it. But like I said, this was a targeted attack. But instead of it being a targeted attack, they went after they hit 21 people. 4 injured, 4 gone. 4 others are critically injured. And then there's a slew of other people, dozens of others that are critically injured as well. Like I said, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this as best as I can as well, because I'm still very, very shocked about this whole situation as well. But we're going to keep going. We got some more.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox 811 here on the East Coast this Sunday morning. We appreciate you getting all of your breaking news alerts, top stories, and live events from us right here on Live Now from Fox. We're following a Alabama Saturday night. We're learning it killed 4 people and injured at least 21 others. Police saying the shooting happened in a Birmingham area just after 11 p.m., known as the 5 Point South. Initial reports saying club patrons were outside a hookah and cigar lounge. Police arrived quickly and found some victims on the street. We're also learning 3 of the 4 killed were pronounced dead at the scene, and another victim died at the University of Alabama Birmingham Hospital. Now, Birmingham police don't yet know what precipitated this event and whether the attack was a drive-by shooting or whether shooters were on foot.
Now, they say people got out of a car. This is what we understand. I mean, this is a few hours old, just so you guys know. All right. But again, really quick, if you guys can hit that like button down below. Love to see it go past 1,000. Let's get 1K if you don't mind. OK, a like don't cost a thing. And we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot of things that we're going to be covering. And I appreciate all y'all for being here, being a part of the show, being a part of this conversation, because I know we've been deep in the Diddy conversation and we will continue talking about that. All right. We will be continuing that. Trust me, because there's a lot going on. I read just a little side note really quick. I read the book. Okay. I'm not even done finishing taking the notes, but I read this last night, fully cover to cover. And we got a lot to talk about with this book. We got a lot to talk about because there's things in here that I was like, what? Kim Porter's book, just for those of y'all who don't know what I'm talking about, Kim Porter's book, okay? The one of Diddy's baby mamas, okay, who tragically passed and, of course, mysteriously passed away. And, of course, a lot of people are asking a lot of things. Marlene, thank you so much for saying that. You're liking the T-shirt. It's available on PascalMerch.com, okay? Go check it out. PascalMerch.com. We got a bunch of T-shirts just like this and many, many more. Go check it out. Okay. But hit that like button down below. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'm going to get to the super chats here in just a second, but I do also want to share this with you guys too, before we continue on with this news clip, because I know some of us are wondering, at least I was wondering, what was the name of the actual joint, the actual place, this cigar lounge, right? It's called Hush Hookah and Cigar Lounge. And this is at the 5 Points South Entertainment District. Okay. So this all went down outside of this joint, outside of this cigar lounge called Hush Hookah and Cigar Lounge. And it happened allegedly just after 11 p.m. Saturday night. And again, we are understanding that 4 people lost their lives, 4 people are still critically injured, and then there was dozens of other people that were actually injured, hit in some sort of way due to this whole situation. One thing, though, I do want to point out, because whenever they say like 18 others are injured, the injuries could be GSW related, like they got hit, or it could be them just trying to run away. Now, you got to remember, sometimes people will twist an ankle, twist a knee, hurt themselves, especially if they get trampled on, if they fall, if they're like, whoa, and they fall during this whole situation, and then there's a stampede of people running in their general direction. Yes, that kind of thing does happen because people aren't thinking. They're scared. They're thinking about survival. They're trying to get away as quickly as possible, right? So there's a possibility that people got hurt from that as well, right? Just from actually just trying to run away, trying to seek refuge. So I just want to make that abundantly clear. But they did say that 4 other people were indeed critically, like, fighting for their lives right now. Okay? So I'm sure it's a varying degree of people who actually got hit by a actual bullet. And then there's other people, I'm sure, in there that actually like may have fallen, maybe panic attacks, so on and so forth. There's so many things you got to put into consideration when it comes to this situation, just so you guys know, okay? Because, we now are starting to learn the lingo a little bit, right, fam? As soon as we hear, 18 have been injured, we instantly think, they've all been hit by bullets. That's, in this situation at least, that may not be entirely true. But I will say this, though, too, just to throw this in here. They said that these men came in, or these monsters came out of this car. There was multiple of them, okay, with automatic weapons. So there is a possibility that 18 people actually did get hit as well, and they're just getting injured. So that is a possibility too. Just to put that into consideration, because of it's an automatic weapon. Damn. You really think that they just went to the guy and then just ran off? I don't know. I don't think so. Especially when you got 4 other people that are gone, 4 other people that are critically injured, fighting for their lives in a hospital right now. Yeah, I would say it's safe to say that there's probably a bunch of other people that were actually hit, for sure. Okay, but let me play this video here. Let's take a look at this. Just wanted to give you guys the name of the actual club, or the actual cigar lounge. And just for those of y'all who are late to the party, there's a massive manhunt going on right now as we speak. Massive. And Laurel on TikTok, automatic. They said automatic, not semi-automatic weapons. So these men, or these people, pulled up in a ride just outside of this hookah lounge called Hush Hookah and Cigar Lounge in Birmingham, Alabama, a little bit after 11 p.m. last night. They all had allegedly fully automatic weapons in their possession, and they opened fire on a group of people that were standing outside of the Hush Hookah and Cigar Lounge, taking the lives of 4, critically injuring 4 others, and injuring at least a dozen other people as well that were all outside of the Hush Hookah and Cigar Lounge. These men jump back into the ride that they, I'm sure, stole, and they kick rocks. Those men, or those assailants, are still at large. There's a massive manhunt going on right now where police in Birmingham, Alabama are trying to find these particular individuals that did this unbelievable tragedy. So I just want to make sure you guys know all of that. Okay. We don't know everything as of yet, but right now, this is the information that they have said so far. They also said that this was a targeted attack. They were after one individual, and that person clearly lost their life because they were the target. But then a slew of other people got hurt, if not injured, or perished due to this one person targeted attack, because a bunch of men got out of a car with automatic weapons and opened fire. Just so you guys know. Again, massive search is underway looking for these individuals that jumped out of this car and did this. Multiple men, multiple assailants, not just one individual, did this. And it's absolutely insane to me. Let's continue here.
A Birmingham police officer explains what police know at this point. Take a listen.
We believe that multiple shooters fired multiple shots on a group of people in the 2000 block of Magnolia Avenue. There's no one in custody, and we cannot stress to the public how important it is for us to have information in this investigation. We have reached out to our partners with the ATF. We have reached out to our partners with the FBI. You will have a plethora of law enforcement agencies assisting the Birmingham Police Department. And rest assured, we are going to do everything we possibly can to make sure that we uncover, identify, and hunt down who was ever responsible for preying on our people this morning. We were told that all...
Hold on. We're going to get into that. But again, you heard from police. And of course, I'm playing this. We've already heard or saw this video before, right? Some version of this earlier in the show. But I do want to emphasize that they don't have anybody in custody. They don't have not one damn person in custody, y'all. Not one person. Okay? Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Uno momento, por favor. One second, guys. I'm sorry. We have somebody who wants to call in, and so I'm just trying to get this thing set up. Hold on. Just want to make sure I got everything I need so we can get this bad boy moving. All right. Uno momento. I think that's it. Okay. Okay. So hopefully they will call in here soon. One second. Make sure everything's open and ready to go. Okay. Okay. I think we should be Gucci. So hopefully they'll be calling in here soon. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that's all set up because I think we do have somebody calling in to the show to talk to us about what happened here. Okay. So hopefully we'll be hearing from them very shortly. All right. So if the call happens, just understand we're going to have to stop everything and have the conversation. All right. But let's continue on.
All of the victims were out in the open on either a sidewalk or the street. So these group of shooters fired upon these victims when they were out in the open. We were not told that this happened inside of any business. This was on either a sidewalk or a city street.
Was this a drive-by shooting, or were the shooters on foot as well?
Our detectives are working to confirm whether the shooters walked up on the victims or drove by in a vehicle. And that's why we need the public's help.
I'm going to roll that back.
Confirm whether the shooters walked up on the victims or drove by in a vehicle. And that's why we need the public's help.
All right, so that was the very latest from authorities in that area. And they go on to say they think the weapons involved could be switch-use guns, which are weapons that can be converted to fully automatic weapons. They're asking anyone with information or surveillance video to call Crime Stoppers. The number for that area is 205-254-7777.
I'm running that back a little bit. Just want to hear the this police officer say just a little bit more details here.
Who was ever responsible for preying on our people this morning. We were told that all of the victims were out in the open on either a sidewalk or the street. So these group of shooters fired upon these victims when they were out in the open. We were not told that this happened inside of any business. This was on either a sidewalk or a city street.
Was this a drive-by shooting, or were the shooters on foot as well?
Our detectives are working to confirm whether the shooters walked up on the victims or drove by in a vehicle. And that's why we need the public's help.
All right, so that was the very latest from authorities in that area. And they go on to say they think the weapons involved could be switch-use guns, which are weapons that can be converted to fully automatic weapons. They're asking anyone with information or surveillance video to call Crime Stoppers. The number for that area is 205-254-7777. Again, this is breaking news we're getting this Sunday morning coming from an area of Birmingham, Alabama. A mass shooting at this time, 4 dead, at least 21 injured. As we get more information on this breaking news alert, you'll be the first to know right here.
Yeah, sorry. 1 second, guys. Okay. Sorry, just getting some things set up here. But again, they're saying that they had a certain type of weapon that they could turn into, that they can turn into a fully automatic weapon. So again, not so great, not a great situation to say the least. And again, you know, I am actually curious what group of people is this? What gang is this? Because it sounds like this is gang related. You know, why was this such a what's the word? Why was this targeted? Was this other person part of their gang? Was it what, you know, what's the reason why this whole thing happened, right? What's the motivation in which they said, yeah, let's pull up to hush and make sure this guy goes hush real quick, but then take out many other people as well. Then the other thing I also wonder is, did they do that because they wanted to throw people off the mass tragedy? I'm kind of curious about that, but I got a phone call, so hold on. Hello? Wait, hold on. I thought this was set up. Hold on. Hold on one second. What the heck? Okay, hello? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, is it okay if I could say your first name, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that's perfectly fine.
Okay, so everybody in the chat, please hit the number 1. Let me know you guys can hear this. Okay. I'm on the phone with Katie. She was somebody who was actually at this saw this tragedy kind of go down. So Katie, can you first off, thank you so much for being here and just giving us kind of a impromptu update, or at least a breakdown of what actually happened. Can you at least tell us like where you were in proximity to where this tragedy happened?
Yes. So basically, I'm really just up here visiting some family, and I'm originally from Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
So I happened to be up here this past weekend to visit some family, and I have an older daughter that actually turned 18 last year, and she'll be 19 in November. And she's actually been begging me to like just take her out to like experience the nightlife. So I just didn't want her going by herself with it being her first time.
Right.
So me and another friend and her, we were actually just walking on like the sidewalk of all the businesses, like the hookah lounge and the restaurants and all the other businesses. It's kind of like just the entertainment section.
Wow. Okay. So in other words,
next minute I know.
Hold on,
Go ahead.
real quick, Katie. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. I know you're gonna say what you need to say. I appreciate again you being here. So you were in close proximity to the Hush hookah and cigar lounge area. So you were actually at the 5 Points South Entertainment District, right by Hush. Correct. Okay.
Correct. We were just walking on the actual sidewalk pavement with like everyone else that's down there walking around, drinking and hanging out.
Okay. And so then what happened around that time? What happened?
So it happens so fast. So everybody, it's kind of loud down there too because there's music playing and stuff. Everybody's kind of we're walking and I'm talking to my friend.
Yeah.
It is a parking lot, kind of like right there's cars everywhere in the parking lot, of course. So next thing I know, we kind of start hearing a tap, tap kind of sound. And when we heard it, we just kept hearing it. So when I kind of looked to my left, I guess that would be my left, there was kind of like a dark color car that kind of like pulled, like it's kind of like a roundabout way in a way the district is. They pulled around and I don't know if they exactly like just jumped out or they shot through the windows, but all the commotion was coming from that vehicle. So as soon as we heard it, there was like a grassy area next to me. So I kind of just pushed my daughter and she kind of fell to the ground and I just basically laid on top of her and beside her. My friend was beside me. Everybody was jumping down. You could hear people screaming, yelling. The bullets just, if I can say bullets, but they kind of just kept on shooting. Whatever they were shooting with, they were constantly shooting. I mean, I have no idea how many times it was. It seemed like it was forever.
So so you were on the side, right? Down the road a little bit, right? But near
the sidewalk, it's kind of like a walk, like everybody's walking down in front of the businesses, walking back and forth. Yeah. Okay,
so you were there. You heard a rapid tapping, right?
Yes, correct.
So but you didn't know if these guys got out of the car and went up towards their target, or if they were just taking aim from the car. Did you see
the way it sounded? The way the way it sounded was more like they were probably standing, like they jumped out and probably was standing at the car, because where I was standing, I didn't see anyone, or a group of people walk up to anyone.
Right.
So I just kind of think it happened all from the vehicle, because the way the cars are all driving, you got to think people are leaving, people are coming. So they kind of was like in the traffic motion.
Right.
That was people leaving, and the car stopped. So, you don't really think nothing of it, because there's people all out there jumping in cars, leaving and getting out of vehicles and coming.
Right.
So, but when we heard the tap tap, that's when everybody kind of like started to scatter. But it was definitely a lot of tap tap.
Wow. Okay, so they hop back in the car, they skidded off, but did they? Okay, and I got a slew of different questions. Okay, because I know that you were down.
Okay.
I know that you were down the street a little bit, right? Not. I mean, would you say were you in close proximity, or were you like maybe a block down and you saw everything going down?
So basically, it happened right where the hookah lounge actually is, but when you see the hookah lounge, there's also other businesses like keep going down the sidewalk beside it and all that too. So we had just turned like the corner and was walking past the hookah lounge, going to, past the next business, because we were actually leaving to go back to the parking lot where our car was. So it happened like right there, and we were probably like just passing the hookah lounge.
Oh, okay.
So the first instinct was I just pushed my daughter on the ground.
Right.
And she didn't understand what was going on. She was like, what is going on? She didn't know what was going on. I was like, just stay down, baby, stay down. And it seemed like forever before we got up off the ground. And when we got up, all I seen were people laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Literally, like laying. People talking about they were bleeding.
Right.
I think these were all just straight bullets for everyone.
Yeah.
All the people laying on the ground, I'm sure, got hit with bullets.
Yeah, because what I'm understanding is that the situation was they're saying that this was a targeted attack, right? That they were after one particular person, but not 21 people. But 21 people actually got hit. Now, did you happen to go? Did you go to Hush at all, or you just walked by it?
No, I didn't. I didn't take my daughter into the hookah lounge.
Okay, no, understandably.
We were just actually walking right past the hookah lounge as soon as we just started hearing the tap tap.
Man,
I mean, whoever they must have been targeting had to have been someone that was standing outside, because there were people everywhere standing outside,
right,
just hanging out and stuff. So it had to have been someone they saw just standing out there that they were meaning to get, because everybody around them was getting hit with bullets. Like,
wow. Okay.
It was so many people on the ground.
Did you see, the men or the people that got out of the ride, did you see any of those people? And if you did, what were they wearing?
Okay, so I gave the police a statement too also.
And I appreciate you giving us a statement here too. You know what I mean? Because I know there's somebody out here watching the show that may know somebody that was involved in this situation. So if you saw them, what were they wearing? What did they look like? So on and so forth.
It was, with it being so dark outside, I know the car was a dark colored vehicle. I'm not sure exactly the make and model of the car, but I know it was a dark colored car. And I definitely can say the people that got out the car were I don't know about the driver, but the people that got out of the car, they were definitely African American people.
Okay.
It wasn't some white guys or white boys that got out. It was definitely some African American, and they were all in like dark colored clothing, hoodies, probably, maybe,
hoodies,
dark shirts,
hoodies up.
It wasn't no bright highlighter shirts or nothing like that.
Gotcha. Hoodies up, hoodies down. Could you see their faces or anything like that? Could you see their faces or anything?
I did not see their exact faces. I seen a group just kind of like 2 or 3 get out of a car. I was thinking maybe they were just getting out the car, like all the other people getting, jumping in and out of vehicles to leave and stuff. They were getting out and the car was going to keep driving to go park or something. And they were just going to come, in the entertainment section. But they just got out and I just started
blasting.
Tap, tap, tap.
Right.
Yeah. So my first instinct was my daughter, because she's never been to any downtown or any type of fun like that ever. So this was her very first time actually going out with the teenagers. So
right. How old is she, if you mind me asking?
She's 18.
Okay.
She's 18.
Oh man.
Man. She's 18.
Okay. So I'm curious.
And now she's terrified.
So I'm curious though, because this is what I'm seeing online. Because I've never seen the actual place or anything. I'm assuming you're seeing the screen or seeing the show, right? Is this the setup? Does this look familiar, or is it? Because the way they have it here, I don't know if this is the area. Because I mean, there's a lot of hushes out here. Let's be real. So I don't know if this is like.
Yes, that is how the building kind of, it's dark at night, so
right.
You can't really see all that. But yes, that is how the building actually looks. And then if you kind of just, I guess you can move the map around and kind of just see how the sidewalk is, and you can see the other businesses around. Everybody was just kind of hanging out outside. So it was a lot of people outside.
But so I understand this first photo I have up here. I know that you're kind of multitasking, but I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah.
Is there the lounge downstairs in a way? You have to go down the stairs to it, or is it on street level?
Okay. Let me
because I have a photo. I have a photo up right now, and let me take this banner down too. But
so how it actually looks. They have like you said, they have 2 different levels, but you can sit on either level.
I see.
So so it doesn't really. You can sit upstairs or you can sit downstairs. So I don't know if you would actually call the lounge like a.
Right.
That just the main part. Yeah. So.
Interesting. Okay. Well, thank you for telling me that. Okay. So after everything went down, after this, they pulled up, they took aim, they pulled the trigger, they jumped in the car, they drove off. You said a lot of people were injured. What happened afterwards? Was there, did you call 911 or anything of that sort?
Yeah. Of course. When I didn't hear, we didn't hear me, and I had a friend next to me too that was laying on the ground. When we didn't hear the bullets anymore, and we kind of heard like the car sped off, we got up, and as soon as I got up, I could see people just laying on the ground. People were crying over them. Some people were trying to hold their leg or an arm or something. I guess I'm assuming they probably got shot in the leg or the arm and they were trying to hold it.
Yeah.
Everybody was on their phones.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on, Katie. I'm sorry. Hold on. Something happened. Something happened. My bad, guys. Can you repeat that again? I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I'm so sorry.
As soon as we got up off the ground, people started, picking up their phones, calling 911.
Yeah.
If you look over kind of like across the way from like in the entertainment district, like where that sidewalk is, there's like grass, you know, and trees and stuff on the outside. There was a female and 2 males laying on the ground, and there were people trying to do like CPR on them.
Yeah.
They were yelling, screaming. My main focus was trying to get my daughter to the car. She was crying and upset, so I was trying to get her to the car also in the mix of the chaos of everyone trying to get to their vehicle.
Right.
Next thing I know, about 2 or 3 police pull up. And I'm assuming that that's the people they were talking about. Those were the 3 people that were deceased, I guess, when they got there and arrived. They didn't make it.
Wow. Yeah.
Then soon after that, you know, that's when all the cop cars started kind of showing up, ambulances, fire trucks. I mean, literally, there were people everywhere laying down on the ground. I mean, even when we were trying to get into the parking lot where we were, there were people in between cars. There were people on the sidewalk. There were people on the grassway. It definitely, all them people definitely got hit by bullets because it seemed like they were shooting forever. You could hear one gun after the other gun.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Well, Katie, I do appreciate you calling in and giving me, you know, your firsthand experience with this whole thing. I mean, you know, it's wild to think that you guys were just, you know, enjoying a night out, you know, with your daughter, and the fact that your daughter's, man, I mean, 18 and she's seeing this kind of crazy stuff. You know, I'm
seeing anything.
Yeah. And hopefully it's the last. Of course, you don't want that to ever be the situation, but you know, hopefully it is the last for not only just for your daughter, but for yourself as well. And, you know, I appreciate you calling in and giving us all the information in regards to this. But again, man, that's crazy. It's so wild. And what's frustrating is, you know, is that I think a lot of people they are going to say the same thing, that it happened so fast that they're not going to be able to say like what kind of make of the car was or anything of that sort, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me though? Do you remember if it was an SUV, a 4-door kind of car? Was it a van, a truck? Like
it definitely was just a car. It wasn't.
Okay.
As far as I know, it didn't look like an SUV. It wasn't a truck. It was definitely a dark colored car. It wasn't anything that was going to stand out.
Right.
Yeah. So
they made,
I know it was definitely 1, 2, 3. It was definitely like one person got out the back on one side, one person got out the back on the other side. Somebody was driving, and I'm not sure if someone got out the passenger car, but there was definitely people that jumped out the back seat.
Oh boy. Well, Katie, again, I'm happy you guys got through this this situation, you know, without injury. Of course, I'm sure hopefully your daughter's okay. How's your daughter doing with everything?
She's okay. She kind of just didn't understand. I mean, she knows what, of course, gunshots and stuff are, but she didn't realize that's really just what was happening at the moment until we got up off the ground and we seen people on the ground. So I kind of just talked to her about it. When we got back, she went to sleep, and she got back up this morning, and she's been okay, but she's just still kind of spooked.
Yeah, no, I understand. I mean, that's a scary thing. Okay. You know, this whole thing. So I can only imagine what your daughter went through, the people who actually survived this whole incident as well, just like yourself. You know, it's a terrifying thing. So again, Katie, you know, God bless you guys. I'm sending as much healing power, as much healing vibration I can to you and yours. And I do appreciate you calling in and just giving us the scoop on this whole situation. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. God bless.
You too.
Bye. Oh boy, guys. Pretty crazy, to say the least. We heard firsthand, a firsthand eyewitness account of this whole thing. And again, man, it's crazy how close these things are getting to everyone, to all of us. They were only a little bit down the road, and then this whole thing went down. And what's also crazy is how fast this happened. This dark car, 4-door car, screeched to a halt. They get out of the car, they open fire, they hop back in the car, and they kick rocks. They skid off, right? And of course, she's saying multiple people were on the ground, and of course, in bad shape. I mean, it's terrifying to think that this is. It's terrifying that this is even a real thing. And I already kind of was on my soapbox a second ago, just being like, hey, this is how I feel about this, so on and so forth. And like I said, it's wild to me that even Katie and her daughter, who are just out enjoying a beautiful night in Birmingham, Alabama, can't even have and enjoy a safe, wonderful night without some sort of tragedy happening. And this is the issue that I'm trying to say, that we're seeing a lot more often, that people are choosing to use violence to solve their issues instead of actually, I don't know if they needed to have some sort of, I don't know what's going on with gang stuff, and if it is gang stuff, I don't know why they wouldn't just be able to have a discussion or something of that sort where it didn't have to involve the lives of multiple people, a whole group, a whole place of people. And also, let's not forget this too. Not only does this hurt the people that were there inside the vicinity, inside the business and all that, what about that business as well? They're just doing their thing, trying to give people a place to celebrate and a place to congregate and have a good time. They don't want this kind of violence. They don't want to invite this type of unbelievable type of violence. They don't want this kind of behavior. This also destroys a business that was also just trying to give a place for people to enjoy themselves. But see, that's the thing. Same thing when you look at these schools. Same thing that you look at these events. People are literally losing their businesses. The schools are shutting down. Less and less kids are wanting to go to school because of these situations. Less and less people want to go out anymore. Like I said, this affects more than just, it's a ripple effect. Like I said, it's like throwing a really big rock in the middle of a small puddle. It affects so much more than you think. And it's frustrating because it's like, why can't we just all just have a good time, live our lives, do what we need to do without always having to constantly look over our shoulders? It's ridiculous. And now you got 18 plus people dealing with some sort of trauma, physical trauma, because of what happened to the situation. 4 people lost their lives. 4 other people are fighting for their lives right now as we speak, because she said 3 assailants got out of the car. 3. She said, I think it was about 3 guys hopped out of the car and opened fire right there on in front of this lounge on a bunch of innocent bystanders, a bunch of innocent lives. That's crazy, guys. That's absolutely crazy. Something's got to stop. Something's got to give, man. At some point, we all got to realize that enough is enough, and it's been way overdue. The whole enough is enough has been way overdue, and it's just getting crazier and crazier out here. And it looks like it's getting easier and easier to get for people to get access to these types of weapons. That's not a good thing. We're now suddenly getting into a place where it's turning into the wild, wild west. It's been the wild, wild west already. Let's keep it a buck. Things need to start changing here soon. Cree, thank you so much for the love for the super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Tracy, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much. And just like Tracy, become a member. Hit that join button down below. All right. Don't forget to hit that like button down below. Love to get it past 1K. That'd be awesome. It looks like we got past it, we hit the 1K number. But yeah, keep hitting that like button. It helps grow the channel. It helps the channel, helps get the word out here about what's going on here. Talvish, thank you so much. I live very close to Birmingham. This is wild. Yes, this is wild. This is wild. Okay. This is absolutely wild. But again, this is a tale as old as time. We've heard this story a million times before, fam. A million times before. When are we going to realize that we need to start having the tough conversations that both sides of the aisle need to start getting into an agreement on? We need to start having these discussions, having these conversations where both sides of the aisle start to realize, like, yeah, life is precious. Yeah, it is precious. I agree with that too. Man, so many people keep on losing their lives due to these pew-pews, man. Yeah, man, it's crazy. You know, I know you blue, and yeah, I know you red. Well, we all both need to agree on something here, because it doesn't matter if you blue or red. These people and these bullets don't give a damn about your political affiliations. They don't care if you're black. They don't care if you're white. They don't care who you sleeping with. They don't care. And it almost seems like everybody's got a bullet with their name on it. Both sides of the aisle need to figure something out and come together and agree on something so that this type of violence stops. And don't get me wrong. Hold up. Time out. Hold up. Because some of y'all are going to sit there and go, what about 2A? My pew, my rights. Okay, yeah. I ain't sitting there saying give away your stuff. I'm just saying there's got to be certain things that need to be implemented so that we can keep our people safe. There's too much going on, y'all. Too much unaliving going on, and it needs to stop. And we need to figure something out where both sides of the spectrum agree on. And I'm sure there's somewhere some happy medium, okay? There's got to be. Like I said, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, no, take all the pew-pews away. Nah, man, I ain't saying that. Stop, time out. Nah, I ain't saying that. But there's got to be something, because kids are losing their lives every single day now. It's every single day, okay? It's every day. And it's getting bad. Long story short, I am still here, guys. Camera just went out, okay? It overheats from time to time, all right? But trust and believe. Trust and believe. We need to have that conversation. We need to have the tough conversations, period, point blank. Carbonize, thank you so much. When the righteousness of your anger supersedes others' right to life, you are no longer righteous. And that came from Canada, y'all. Hamburger. And I agree 110%. What Carbonize just said. Okay, facts, bars. Drop the mic, walk off the damn stage. S-Dubs, thank you so much. We should not have to live in fear. Love one another, especially in the chat. Thanks, and like the video. Yes, hit the like button down below. And yes, we should not have to live in fear. I mean, shoot, just going out to an outdoor event and enjoying something outdoors, going and seeing a live event, going and seeing some of our favorite artists, and or going to our favorite watering hole, getting our beer, you know, our own version of Cheers, where that chair is always your chair, that kind of thing, whatever the hell it may be. Okay, we should be able to go and be safe without any issues and without any problems whatsoever. Carbonize, again, thank you so much. If you could just give us a sincere look and tell our parents that we're geniuses. I mean, well, yes, all y'all are geniuses, okay? All y'all are brilliant. All y'all, okay? Because clearly you're here and you give a damn, and you really do give a damn. You really give a damn because you give a damn. Okay? It's the other ones that sit there and instantly, pun intended, shoot from the hip with their emotions and sit there and go, oh, no, it's my gun, my rights. Okay, I get you. I'm with you. I hear you 100%. You want to protect yourself? By all means, protect yourself. I'm not stopping you from doing that, baby. Do you, boo-boo. You want to protect yourself in that way? Hey, man, do it. That's fine. All I'm saying is lock them mugs up so your kids don't get their hands on them. Stop letting these monsters get easy access to these types of weaponry. There's got to be different ways in which we can stop these things from happening. Put bans on certain things. If it worked before, what's wrong with trying it again? All I'm saying is, of course, I understand there's the powers that be that make the decisions. It's not me that makes the decisions. Okay, it's not me. But at the same time, I honestly believe that there's got to be a way that these two sides of the spectrum, these two sides of the political aisle can reach across the aisles and shake hands and say, yes, we're going to do this, because not only is it that it doesn't matter about the NRA or my gun, my rights. We also got to remember the one thing that we all agree on, and that is life is precious. Life is precious. Let's not forget that. Life is mother loving precious. But for some odd reason, both sides of the aisle can't agree on that. The protection of our loved ones, that children are beautiful and they are our future. Instead of us constantly sitting there going, oh, bless her heart. Oh, she was only 7 years old. Aren't you tired of hearing those kinds of stories? Aren't you? Aren't we tired of hearing those stories? Or the assailant was only 15, 14 years old. Aren't we tired of hearing those stories? Remember that assailant, that monster that walked into the Nashville elementary school? An elementary school. And we've heard those kind of cases before. She was 7. She was 6. He was only 9. We've heard those cases a million times before. So why can't we all get together and agree on how precious life is? Let's start that as the foundation. And that we are tired. We are absolutely tired of hearing these cases, these tragedies that keep happening, with the age actually getting younger and younger and younger and younger. And now we're getting the assailants getting younger and younger and younger. Colt Gray, 14 years old. That's insane. Like I said, I'm not trying to throw the Bible at anybody, because this is common sense. We all agree that life is precious and that thou shalt not unalive. I got to use that word, unfortunately, but you know exactly what I mean. We all agree on that. We all clutch our pearls whenever we hear about a tragic unaliving of somebody, okay? Whenever we're talking about these true crime cases and all that, where is Betsy? And then we find out that she's unalive, right? Because it was at the hands of her husband or baby daddy or best friend or whatever sinister story to that case it may be. We're all still clutching our pearls and going, oh my God, that is such a tragic story. Why? Because thou shalt not unalive. Because life is precious, and we can't believe that there are people out here that would do these unthinkable, sinister, monstrous things to other people. So now when we see these ongoing tragedies that have to do with these kinds of weapons, these very powerful weapons, why does it suddenly mean that we avert our eyes? And I'm not talking about you guys. I'm saying rhetorically. Why does it suddenly make everybody avert their eyes and say, well, my gun, my rights. My gun, my rights. 2A, buddy. Okay. What about everybody else who's been losing their lives? What about that family that had a great kid? Could have been the next president. Could have been the next an astronaut. Could have been a great author. Whatever. Now that kid doesn't even get to see the full potential of their lives because of these pew-pews running around, these idiots running around with these pew-pews doing these unthinkable things too. There's got to be new policies. There's got to be new things to stop these things from happening. There's got to be something to slow these things down because it's happening way too often. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting so tired of it. Okay? I'm getting tired of it. Ro, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hey. Tired as a mug. Thank you so much. I'm in Alabama. This unfortunately happens a lot. Yeah, I mean, but I think that I feel like anybody could sit here and say the same thing, right? Tired, with all due respect. Be like, oh yeah, I live in Illinois. I live in New York. I live in Florida. I live in Texas. This happens a lot because it happens a lot everywhere. And that's the problem, right? That's absolutely the problem. It happens way too often everywhere. Everywhere. There are so many stories in my little neck of the woods that is covered by local news that doesn't even make national news about mass tragedies, or not mass tragedies, but like actual situations kind of like this, where it's like a guy loses his life because somebody pulled up and just pulled the trigger, carjackings that end up deadly, so on and so forth. There's so many of them that a lot of them don't even get the information, the news out there. Some of these cases don't even make the news. But you hear somebody pulling up, you open up Facebook or Instagram or wherever you pull up these things, and you hear about this tragic story of, Sam was a good guy. I can't believe this happened to him. He was just at an intersection on his way back home to his family, and he gets carjacked. And of course, he loses his life. We hear these stories way too often. Way too often. And a lot of times the common denominator is the weapon that was involved. It's sad, y'all. It's really, really sad. Mary, thank you so much. Police saying it was paid hit. It was a paid hit, I'm sorry, according to WSFA. Yeah, we read that earlier as well, that it could have been a paid hit. But then that's the thing. Who's actually making the call and saying, hey, I need you to go and do this thing for me, and I'm going to drop X amount of dollars. Go take him out. And then how do they know? That's the other thing too. How did they know that he was actually going to be there, or the target was going to be at Hush specifically? Did they have somebody? Was it an inside job? Was somebody with him giving these hitmen an update, being like, yeah, he's outside right now. Go do your thing. I'm curious. I'm quite curious about that, because this is so, like I said, wild as hell. Somebody had to have known that he was going to be in that particular place at that particular time. How did they know? To me, it sounds like it was an inside job too. Not by the staff of Hush, but I'm saying somebody must have been hanging out with him, knew he was going to be there, sent out the info so that those guys can pull up and do what they did. It's a damn shame, guys. It really is a damn shame. But again, we need to be better to each other. We really do. And something needs to change here very, very soon. These policies, how easy it is to get a weapon in the first place, is getting astronomically and shockingly easy. And it shouldn't be. Not the big ones. Not the really, really, I mean, the ones that are the ARs, the AKs, etc. I mean, those things should be very, very hard to get your hands on. That's just what I think. We really need to start protecting all of us, all of our people. We really, really do. And hopefully something will get figured out here soon. But here it is, guys. there's a manhunt going on right now as we speak. They say multiple people hopped out of a ride, opened fire on an innocent group of people. Allegedly, there was only one target that they were going after, but they injured multiple people, dozens of people, unalived four. 4 of those injured people are critically injured, so they're fighting for their lives in a hospital right now. I'm sorry. And these 3, maybe 4 assailants have not been found. They ran. They disappeared. So I'm hoping at some point we get an answer here very soon, but there is a massive manhunt for these monsters, and they still have not gotten anything. They still have not gotten these guys at all. So again, if you know of anything, please call your local PD. Let them know what's going on, because at the end of the day, if you saw something, this is the right time to say something. So I hope you guys do. Anyway, guys, that is the show. I appreciate all y'all for being here. Really means a lot. We got a lot going on. Like I said before, we are going to be talking about what I've been reading, what I read last night. Okay. It is quite the book. We're going to be talking about that very, very soon. Trust and believe. All right. But if there's any more updates revolving around this, we will be talking about that too. Okay. I appreciate all y'all. All right. And I agree, Prissy, they are cowards. They ran away. They're cowards for even doing it in the first place. Right. But please do me a favor, guys. Before we head out, hit that like button down below. Crush it. Do what it do. Crush that doggone like button. If you're watching on over here on the TikTok, hit that reaction button or that like or the hearts. Give me some hearts. That'll be greatly appreciated. All right. Do not forget to hit that follow button here on TikTok. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and X/Twitter. So go show some love and crush that follow button over there. Crush that subscribe button here on my main channel. Please go over. Hold on. I need to say this. Go to my secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Please go crush that subscribe button over there. I see a bunch of y'all over there. If you guys hit that subscribe button on the secondary channel right now, we can get to like 8,000 subscribers in 2 seconds. Okay. So if you can go over to the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips, that's where that's where I have been doing a lot of shorter clips from these lives, shorter videos, shorter formatted videos from articles and other things that are going on in the world. I know we've been on the Diddy train quite a bit, so we are talking about Diddy stuff as well over there and here too. But I'm just saying, for this shorter formatted videos that are within 8 to 15 minutes long, you're going to get those over on the secondary channel. So I urge you, I beg you, please go over to the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips, and subscribe over there as well. You're going to get lives here and longer formatted pre-recorded videos and specials here on this main channel. And the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips, is where you're going to get the shorter formatted stuff when, you know, just talking about one particular article or a video, so on and so forth, and clips from things that are from this main channel. Okay. Like the interview that we just had, the impromptu phone call, that'll be over there in about 15-20 minutes as well. So please go to the secondary channel, The Pascal Show Clips. Crush that subscribe button there, please, and thank you. Okay, now make sure you subscribe here though too. Make sure both those channels have the bell rung. Make sure those notification bells are on so that you know whenever I go live, whenever I upload, all that stuff, because it is random. A lot of these things are breaking all the time, okay? Also, hit that join button down below here on my main channel. Become a member. Support the channel if you can. That'd be amazing, all right? Just by hitting that join button down below and becoming a member. Go to my Patreon, okay? Patreon.com/The Pascal Show. Become a patron. That's another way of supporting. And of course, go to PascalMerch.com. I know some of y'all are like, yo, this shirt be fire. Well, go get this shirt. It's available right now on PascalMerch.com. Go check it out. I just saw somebody bought it like 5 minutes into the show, which is amazing. It's fire. Go check it out. You're going to love this shirt. And it's not super expensive. It's not expensive at all, okay? Very affordable prices. So go check it out. PascalMerch.com. Okay? Okay, guys. Anyway, it is time to get going. I may be back on a little bit later on today. We'll find out. We'll see. All right. But just keep an eye on both channels because it might be a small pop-up video, or I might go live. It just depends. Depends on my time today. Okay. But I appreciate you guys for being here. It really does mean a lot. You guys are awesome. Have a great, wonderful, and blessed Sunday because y'all deserve it. Okay. Love your hug your loved ones. Love your hugged ones. Hug your loved ones. Enjoy your time off. Just do it in a positive way if you can. Okay. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. We'll talk soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.